All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in when you're watching this video. Today we're going to be interviewing Ten from Japan. And I heard about Ten. Well, let me send him an invite, but while while we get him on, I heard about him from Hitmaster Fish, who I recently interviewed. And Hitmaster Fish, a lot of students of his, he talked about influence of like Green Tech, Monster Pop, Tavata, Big Mike, Ten is another person as well. And we talked about footwork and popping and how Hitmaster Fish has contributed to the diversity of just different footwork and the different styles you see within popping, or at least different dancers that have been taught by Hitmaster Fish and their influence in the popping community. So I'm curious to hear about Ten of what his story was and how he his influence in the popping community as well. So let's start it. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, dude, how you doing, man? How's everything?
It's good. It's calm. I'm in Long Beach, California. Things are calm out here.
All
But
right.
man, you're in Japan. How's it out there, man?
It's all right. I mean, right now of course, it's 10 a.m. here. I mean, I'm in the park right now. Normally I'd be training.
Okay.
Um, so there's a lot of kids out here, and so you'll
Uh,
probably be hearing a lot of kids. A little windy, but yeah, I'm
okay.
outside. I mean, normally I'd be outside training, so this is a
Okay.
perfect time.
Dope,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Well, again, I appreciate you. I know there was a little miscommunication on the date and time, but I appreciate
Yeah. Don't
you
worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
getting
Yeah, I
used
know
to
the
that.
time zones. The
Yeah.
time zones. I know.
But I appreciate you taking time, to be here and to share your story. I know I recently was talking with Hitmaster Fish, and he was telling a lot of the students that he had and his influence in the popping community, especially the footwork. I know that was
Mm.
something that was talked about. And then I know that your name was brought up. I know there's been of how your name and your influence in the popping community as well, and your style as well, which I seem it's to me is unique as well. It's not a typical, I guess, EB sourced kind of formatted popping.
Mm.
So I know you hit me up and you were like, hey, Hitmaster Fish was the one that 10, which you was talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, for everyone here as well, if you have questions you like to ask, feel free to ask. And
Mm.
I love to just hear your journey and your story of how you
Mm.
got into the scene and what did you see
Wow.
and
I
everything.
mean, back in the day, I mean, I would say everything really popped off in the early 2000s. I mean, that
Hmm.
was when, like for me, I was still in my martial art training, so I was doing martial arts at the
Hmm.
time. And the early 2000s, I think Fish and Big Mike, a lot of people that you talk to, we are all in that same category, that same era,
Hmm.
and so Union Square was the big kind of like practice session, where people would just come and gather like their boom boxes, their speakers, and get a whole bunch of batteries and really just get down and listen to music and just share and vibe. I mean, so that's where it jumped off. I mean, I was always going to school, going to like teaching like capoeira. I was also doing capoeira.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like always training, but then eventually Union Square used to pop off, and like I would literally skip class just to go and
Wow.
practice with or just get down with everybody,
Wow.
and then that's when I eventually saw Jazzy for the first time. Like he was on the scene, like it was bananas. It was Jazzy, of course, Disco Dave,
Hmm.
a lot of big people that was just coming there just to cipher, man, and just to have fun. Yeah.
Wow. So you're originally from New York? Were you
Yes.
born in? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Oh, what part of New
Yeah.
York were you born in?
Manhattan. Good old
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I was living uptown on the east side of I think when I was a kid, like 126 and Second Avenue. Then
Okay.
moved to the west side of it, or like on 100th Street and Columbus Avenue. Then eventually moved downtown around the Chelsea area. Like my
Oh,
aunts and my cousins, everyone lived around there. So.
okay. So you were going to Union Square, and that's where you came about jazzy. Was that like your introduction to popping? Was that your?
Well, no, I mean, my introduction to dance was it was more in at home. Like my mom was a dancer, my
Mm,
family, my sister was a dancer. It was more at home first. I mean, I'm an '80s baby, so back in the day, I was born in '79. So back in the day, everybody, my mom and my aunts, everyone would have house parties. It would be dancing. Of
right.
course, it'd be dancing. Everyone would be listening to music, and just it'd be more house parties. So on the weekends, birthdays, or like national holidays, people will be just my family will just put on some music, even the Christmas time, put on some music,
Yeah.
get down.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. What was your how did you get into popping or locking as well? Because I know you
Yeah,
locked.
I was locking. I mean, I got that. I was through my family, through mom, dad. That was through relatives, family. That's how I got into like dance. And then, I got more into locking. You know what I'm saying? It was first. So a
Mm,
lot of people know me as doing a lot of locking, and also got influenced through a lot of lockers in New York. Of course, Shaka Lock. There's a lot of dancers that were, you know, kind of representing the style and just showing their different creativity,
right.
and then eventually, I kid you not, I mean, I was already learning how to pop, but it was just like I didn't take it seriously.
Hmm.
And then through certain people, it's like, yeah, man, you should just start popping. You should just I kid you not, I brought my first hush puppies. I was like, started like just starting to get into the mode of it, but it was all about the music. I think what
Mm,
got me more into popping was the music. It was
okay.
all about the music. So
Got you. Who were some of the people? Because I know Hitmaster Fish was a teacher. Would you say influential in your journey, in your dance
yeah,
journey?
I
Okay.
mean,
Mhm.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just kind of say like who were the I guess the people that would you say influenced your dance journey in the beginning, I would say.
Wow. I mean, of course, everyone was on the EBs, and everybody was learning the boogaloo style back in the early 2000s, like especially on the West Coast. And I think Jazzy was one of the first to bring like I mean, it wasn't as hype for what I remember. It was everyone was popping, everyone had different styles, but I think everybody wanted to be like Jazzy. It's like everybody wanted to be like the next Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Everybody, because Jazzy brought something that was different, especially with the legs, and
Mm,
especially on how his movement was, and everybody was trying to understand it. But honestly, you won't. It's like this. I don't care how many videos you watch. When you see him in person, it's videos has nothing to do with if you see it raw
wow,
and you
yeah.
see the actual like, oh damn. And yeah, he had a lot of students under him,
Mm,
So I think that's one of them. And of course, everybody was, of course, Electric Boogaloo was like, back in the early 2000s, everybody kind of had that was like the path,
right.
And then eventually I ran into Fish,
Mm,
and yeah, Fish was like literally on a whole different. It
mm.
was like, what is that? He made you think about dance differently. So,
Wow. Can you
and
can you
then yeah.
yeah, yeah, continue, yeah.
No, 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 no. Go ahead, go ahead.
Of just going into g- of when you met Fish, what was that experience like? How did you meet him?
Well, I mean, I met Fish at Union Square actually. Fish, because a lot of dancers will come to Union Square, and I mean, a lot of dancers. I mean, well-known dancers. I mean, people that used to work for. I'd say all the teachers from BDC, all the
Mm,
teachers from Perry Dance, BDC. Back in the early 2000s, would they will come out and just have fun. They'll dance a little bit before they have class, or and that's how I've started to see, you know, the community of the dancers community just getting larger and larger. But Fish, that's how I met him around, you know, basically Union Square,
wow.
and we started connecting, and the kind of the rest was history. And then we, yes, of course, I was had a group, saying, because I was actually training one of my students, which was Loco, and so that was his dance name.
Okay.
And we had this round Atomic Hitters was being developed, so Loco was kind of under my wing, and not only as a dance student, but he was also like my martial art student as well, because I was
Oh
also
wow.
training. I was also training students in martial arts and throughout New York City with my teacher. I used to work with the board of ed and just started going to different like after school programs,
Mm-hmm.
like going to schools and teaching dance or teaching martial arts mostly. Yeah.
Wow, man! Now I want to ask. I mean, we might be jumping around conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Um,
going everywhere, so don't worry.
but I want to just ask because it's on my mind right now. What's the relationship, if any, you found between martial arts and popping or the dance? Do you find that you've pulled things from each other, or you found relationships, or because you did martial arts, getting into dance that affected your dance, or what have you found, if anything?
Well, I feel like everything's connected, man. I mean, martial arts has been in dance for a while. I mean, now recently you start to see people incorporate like a lot of martial art moves into dance. Like a lot of back in the day, everyone was into Chinese martial art flicks, movie
Mm,
films,
right.
flicks, a lot of fight movies and stuff. So like, it's a lot of b-boys will mimic or take certain dance styles and those dance like martial art moves and incorporate it into the dance. So
Right.
it's been always this twine of like it's always been like that. So for me as a dancer, I mean, I think capoeira was really what it helped my dance because I was really focused on capoeira and I guess dance. Learning capoeira teach me how to move more. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying? Because
okay.
if you notice capoeira is everywhere. You're up, you're down. It's almost
Yeah.
like some people will consider it the breaking. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at your history, capoeira, the first capoeira masters that came to New York or came to America was back in like the early 90s, like the early 90s, around the same time as b-boying started. And so
Ah,
my teacher, my mestre in New York, still has the video. He showed me a video of when capoeira came, and they had two dancers. Well, one was dressed, they both dressed like b-boys.
oh
But
wow.
one had capoeira, one was doing capoeira, and one was actually doing breaking. And sometimes you couldn't tell the difference. But then, of course, as me training capoeira, I can see like, oh, okay, they
Yeah.
have certain resemblances to, yeah, to the art.
Wow. That's the is that video footage available to the public?
I have no idea. The last time I saw that was wow. That was like years ago, man.
Okay.
I will never forget it. My master said, "Hey, man, check this out," and I was like, "Whoa!" Listen. It was on it was on a news television program. I don't remember, but they was like just doing some demonstration,
Yeah.
and it just shows that like dance and martial arts has always been entwined.
Right.
It's always been so even some poppers will take some martial art moves and just add it to
I
the dance
see.
style. So
Right. Okay. Okay. And then coming back to you mentioned the crew, and Hitmaster Fish also mentioned this crew, Atomic Hitters. Can you explain what was the story of Atomic Hitters? What's the story?
well, we'll I would say Atomic Hitters. We was group of us wanting to be different. This was around the time where you know as being a dancer or as being young, we were just trying to get represented and each of us had a different style. Fish trained us differently. And this is something that honestly, up until this day, that's the kind of method that I always would I practice what I was taught.
Hmm.
And Fish taught us differently. And he taught us individually what do we like about popping. Okay. And
Mm.
that's how each of us danced differently. No one danced the same. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Unless if we was doing a routine and we were in sync together, but each one of us had their own flavor to the dance. And
Okay.
so Atomic Hitters, the hitting part, because a lot of us like to hit, a lot of us like to. And so I'll never forget it. It was Fish and Shockalock. And it was like, well, you guys should be called Atomic Hitters. And I guess after that day, that it just stuck. It stuck
Wow.
with us. And I mean, it was myself, it was Ninja Pop, Local Lou, Ziggy, and Ghost Boogie.
Okay.
And Ghost Boogie was part of it, and that's how we were like just like we were connected like from that day on, and we just started practicing, working on
Mm.
stuff. It was fun.
Wow. What was the, because you said each individual member, there was something you learned differently, or everyone had something special, each member when they were learning with Fish. What did you find about yourself that drew you to popping, or what was the thing that you found that was unique to yourself, or that gravitated, pulled you to it?
Well, I think as a teacher, Fish was really good at observing our likeness of the dance. He observed us very well. He said, and he asked us, "What do you like to do? What do you want? What do you like? What do you want to do?"
Hmm.
And he was like, he give each of us something. He's like, "Oh, you like waving? Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to wave. Oh, you
Hmm.
like this? Okay, I'm gonna teach you that." And he gave it to me and said, "What do you like?" And yeah, I'm gonna teach you socket. I'm gonna teach you
Oh.
footwork. And so
Hmm.
that's where my footwork journey began in the dance. Is when he was like training us individually. You
Hmm.
work on this, you work on this, and we didn't learn this. Here's a funny thing: we didn't learn this in the dance studio. We learned this in the street. Okay,
Right. Okay.
right outside Union Square, because there's Union Square is a big park. Maybe some people be practicing on one side. He's like, "Come here,
Yeah.
guys, let's go. Go in the back. Let's train. We're gonna
Wow.
work. We're gonna work on this." And
Right.
he would just drill these moves. It's repetition. It's like dojo. It's like repetition. You gotta keep drilling it till you get it, until it's natural.
Yeah. So,
So yeah.
yeah, continue, continue. No, no, continue. I was just
Yes.
gonna ask, like, during this time, were
Yeah.
you also battling and competing and traveling at this time?
Well, yeah. I mean, at this time, I was training. At this time, I was in training mode. I wasn't really battling. Okay, in the beginning, I was locking. I was into locking battles,
Mm.
but then eventually, my really focus was on to popping. And then, like I said, Fish was like I would say one of my core foundations of doing footwork and stuff. But a lot of inspiration was through, of course, through Jazzy, of course, through every person that I've been around in New York gave me inspiration to dance, because I feel like in New York, you know, back in that time, we was learning everything.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm locking, I'll be learning popping, or then, of course, I've had many friends, like even Oz Ninja, okay,
Mhm.
Ninja Pop, but his name is Oz Ninja.
Mm.
He was part of a whacking group. You know what I'm saying? He was really connected with the whacking community, the House of Ninja, and he was also like using some of that technique into his popping style. So it's like we were like I would say New York was very kind of diverse in every style to learn something from something, and it
Yeah.
was just never stagnant on one thing. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I was learning and entering battles and stuff. Yes.
Okay. And then at that time, or even going forward, were you traveling outside of New York, or what was going on at that, like, moving
Well,
forward from there?
as I would say, as I was getting more, how can I say, into entering competitions, trying to get more recognized in the dance scene,
Mm.
then eventually, of course, I made some trips out to Japan. I was early 2005.
Okay, how did
So,
that happen? How did that come about? That.
well, it's funny. One of my good friends up until this day, his name is Uchi. So he was a house dancer and a b-boy. So he was kind of mixing the two together, right?
Okay.
So he was he was in New York, and no, actually, his good friends Satoshi was living in New York, and he introduced me to his friend Uchi. And then I introduced Uchi to, of course, the whole Atomic Hitters, like just, showing them around. And then eventually he invited me to Japan. And then, Uchi introduced me to Tokyo scene. So, of course, I got to see Osaka a little bit, Kyoto, but then I, like, literally was like, Uchi showed me a lot about Tokyo, like, the dance scene and everything. So that's how it started.
Wow. When you came to Tokyo, first time in Japan, what was that experience like for you? Seeing the scene and the just
Well,
everything.
well, it's like this. I considered going to any country is you're having shades.
Hmm.
Okay, you have shades on.
Yeah.
So when you first come to the country, you're excited. You're just excited. Like, yes, I'm like I'm overseas. I'm not in New York.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, I'm going to go to Japan." Some people just say it, but actually, it's being done.
Hmm.
So actually doing it. So yeah, it was fun. It was the early 2000s of Japan. Like I think everybody was very hungry.
Hmm.
Um, the first location, like Uchi took me to with a couple of my friends, was at this club,
Hmm.
and I met some people, which that's what altered the universe of the what is today.
Oh, can
So,
you go into that? What do you, as in, what altered the
oh,
universe? Yeah.
I okay. Well, listen. Like when I first came out here in 2005, yes, Uchi was like my tour. Like he showed me, okay, this is where these are the dance clubs, or these are the clubs, or then suddenly he would show me, oh, this is the popping. This is like the practice space. It's called a Yasuda building. It's
Uh,
in Shinjuku. It's very iconic. It's one of the most iconic dance up until this day. There are new generation dancers dancing there. Okay,
okay.
so he brought me to that spot, and so I was able to observe and how people dance and get down. But that's when I met, of course, I've ran into a group called Former Action, and like
Ah.
Uchi was the one that actually showed me like who the group is. Of course, it was Kite, Madoka, Taka, Ishii. That's that Kite, Madoka, Taka, Ishii. Yeah, there was like four people in the group.
Okay.
They were upcoming at that time.
I see.
Okay, so then we went to the back, said what's up and everything. And yeah, as me being as a New Yorker, I said what's up and I said to Kite, get down. Let's get
Okay.
down. And then the rest was history because I didn't even know, but in the back, Link and Stretch was sitting in the back watching. But it
Okay.
was a connection. It was like a connection thing. Even they said, oh, you guys should stay together. You guys should link up. You guys should stay together. And
Okay.
that's where everything else happened.
Wow. So did you stay after that? You stood in touch with former Action, the members, and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, because that first time I was just visiting.
Okay.
I was just visiting. I was just there for about like a month or two. I was visiting.
Mm.
So, but we kite mostly connected, and then that's how we kept in touch. We kept in touch since when I came back. I said, well, I'll come back. I'm gonna come back for like 3 months.
Oh.
So then eventually, like maybe like not that long, not that long after that, I came back, and then that's when I stayed. Actually, I stayed at former Action's house for a
Wow.
couple of yeah,
Okay.
and Kite was showing me around. What I'm saying, he spoke a little bit of English at that time. He still does. Probably speak a little bit more now, but
Hmm.
he showed me around like the like events and stuff like that. You know.
So then at that time when your second time back to Japan, what was your I guess where were you at? What was your goals or where were you at that time? Your mindset at that moment in that time.
Well, for me, dance is all about connections, meeting people, sharing, building. For me to for me to come to Japan is my whole thing was just to help, you know,
Mm,
like pass the knowledge. What I'm saying, meet new brothers, meet new people. What I'm saying, connect with people. That's what dance is. Dance is a social thing.
okay.
So to network with people, connect with people, help other people to improve themselves. That's important. That was my main goal.
I
What
see.
I'm saying is to build something here,
Hmm.
okay, and to like teach and build. So these are things that I wanted to do. So
Hmm. So then, you were there for a couple. It's like 2 months or so. You said the
yeah,
second time, and then you came back to New York.
yeah. After my like 2 to 3 months, I stayed there. Then I came back. Yeah.
Okay, and then what made you? Because now you're living in Japan. Was there other? Did you come back, keep visiting back and forth, or what
Yeah, I
happened?
was visiting back and forth, and of course, I mean, eventually, I like settled down,
Mm.
and met somebody, and yes, and then eventually got married and moved out here.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yes.
Got it. So how long have you been in Japan now? How many?
Wow. Total, off and on, total. It's like it's been a long time. It's like going on 10 years, probably over 10 years now.
Wow. Okay. Do you still visit New York? Come back and forth or?
Well, last time I was back in New York was a couple of years ago after my mom passed, and then I kind of like I'm not saying I'm not gonna come back to New York, but it's just like I have like missions and stuff to do here. Just try to figure stuff out, because the world is just changing and stuff like that. So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So now that you in Japan now, you're connected to the dance scene still? Do you still like teaching class, or where are you at now when it comes to the dance scene in Japan?
Ooh, going down the rabbit hole, you're going to get deeper into this.
Yes,
Well, I
yes.
mean, listen, am I still connected to the dance scene? Yes, but I haven't really been out like a lot, um, just due to situations. Like I said, like yesterday, Disco Dave was here, Rashad was here. They doing like a workshop in Asia, so I
Okay.
got to see them, talk to them, because it's been a long time. I haven't seen Dave over like almost like 10 years since the last time I was in New York.
Okay.
Um, but it's just like, yeah, I don't get me wrong, I never left the dance scene. It's just I kind of did left the dance scene because there's
Mm.
just certain things that I feel like the dance scene needs to change, like
Mm.
like how it was back in 2000s and how everyone is very hungry. Everybody was very like, oh, I need to get this, or I want to learn this, or I want to,
Mm.
you know, and I feel like, yeah, of course, social media is taking over. Now everybody is just on the screen, and
Right.
to how to do and how to get this and how to do.
Mm.
I feel like that's what's killing this. That's what's killing the dance is social media,
Mm.
because before social media, like, okay, yes, we had internet, we had MySpace,
Mm.
um, we had the Wigs board, because back in the day, Mr. Wiggles had a Wigs board, and
Right.
a lot of stuff was popping on the Wigs board and on on MySpace. But
Mm.
I think social media kind of killed the vibe, because everyone
Mm.
can just easily have access to it by their phone
Right.
instead of actually going to the source, you know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So you feel more people aren't as you said hungry. Do you feel that they're not as hungry in a sense?
It's like a yes and no. Like,
Mm.
they want the easy way, not the hard way.
Mm.
Like, it's easy to get something right away, but it's harder to learn it, train it, be with someone, train, constantly do it, repetitionally. No one doesn't have time for that anymore. Everybody just wants a quick fix, and you
Right.
know,
Like that fast gratification, put the video, get likes, all that real quick.
yeah. But not only that, it's like they do a move. Like some people, like nowadays, dancing now is more of a it's a social sport connection
Mm.
rather than a social connection. The social connection is hard,
Right.
like to just go out with your brothers or go out with your dance friends and let's go out and let's just chill. Let's go, let's get down.
Right.
Nah, it's not like that like it used to be. Like nowadays, everyone, of course, everyone's getting older, got life, jobs,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's the hard way, the old school way is always going to be the best way, than the new generation. The new generation got to understand to have respect for who came before us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yes.
that's what's missing. That tradition. Everyone talks about tradition, but they forget the real tradition. Like, you got to put in work.
Hmm.
Yep.
What do you think could help for the future generations? What would be something helpful, or what do you think would be helpful?
Have all the OGs come together. Have all the dancers come together. Have all the like people that are still here, because I mean, some people has passed on. People that are still here to help push and direct the dance more better.
Mm.
Then we have a lot of dance battles, which is, I understand battling is to test yourself by by the music, by competing against other people, but that's not everything.
Right.
They forget the dance.
Right.
They forget that, yo, dance was a social thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Dance was a social thing. Go
Right.
to a club with your friend and just listen to something that the DJ is playing. It doesn't have to be near. It doesn't have to necessarily be popping or funk. Like
Mm.
me and Fish, we used to go out. It was a house club. We go to a house club.
Okay.
If it was the weirdest, yeah, hey, is it popping in there? All right, let's go. Let's just go and let's check out the music. We'll get down to anything, you know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just it tests your understanding because music is the key of the dance. It's testing your understanding of music.
Mm.
Moves are the is the what is it? Moves are the expression of you doing the dance, but the music is that's your book. That's where you study because there's
Right.
so much stuff in the music that some people are not listening to or
Right.
they forget to really like listen to it again. What are you hearing?
Yeah.
Listen to it again. Where are you? Do you hear that? It'd be like
Mm.
little, the little things.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I see a take cage. Someone commented, stop students saying they learn from YouTube. I'm what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like this is kind of a thing where students don't really teach. Students don't tell where they're learning from.
Mm.
Like, for example, there are some people teaching out here, honestly, like a lot of OGs would say they shouldn't be teaching.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
there's a lot of teachers that has a name, but you don't even know where they come from.
Mm. Mm.
And they say, "Hey, who you train with?" And they just say, they'll say YouTube, like YouTube,
Wow.
YouTube. I mean, because this is the thing. These guys are famous, and they don't give respect to where it comes from. Like for me, I'll tell you every person I studied under or trained under, and I'm telling you, oh, this came from Pete, or this is Jazzy, this is Fish, this is. I'm giving respect to where I got my stuff from. I'm
Mm.
not saying I'm just doing my own flavor, my way of doing it, but I'm going to teach you the foundation of what they taught me
Yeah.
so you know the foundation. It's a hand. It's passing down. You
Right.
know, so
Right.
you know. Oh, 10 did this one. Oh yeah, 10 was talking about that. Oh yeah, that's what he said. At least you know if you met the teacher or you met someone that I say, yeah, you should study under this person.
Yes.
Why? Because this is what I learned it from. You're
Yes.
giving. It's not about me. It's about where it came from.
Right.
I didn't create this. I didn't create this. This came way before me.
Hmm.
But this is where you have to give respect to the ones that came before me.
Right.
That's just it. Like you can't say, "Oh yeah, this is my style. I created this." No,
So,
you have your. Yeah, go ahead.
so sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt because I also want to hear. I just want to say, like, so are you saying that you find there's people your experience? There's people in Japan that are saying this is my style that they are watching YouTube videos. I just want to clarify.
I would say is this. You're going to get deeper into this whole. I feel like this. Early 2000s, yes. Early 2000s, yes. There are a lot of international people coming to from Asia to America, especially to New York, okay, to go to BDC classes. BDC had a certain school, like a student visa, where they come, take dance classes almost every day,
Okay.
okay. 95, I was not saying 95%, but 75% of the dancers that are in Japan has been living in the US and has been studying under well-known dancers that has names today as we speak that has been paving the way. Okay, so you have Mob Top, you have Elite Force, you have all these hip hop dancers, you have Brian Footwork Green, of course Jazzy. You have a lot of well-known talent from the East Coast, from the West Coast, been teaching.
Hmm.
And then once these students have enough knowledge, then they come back and open up shop.
Okay.
And this is where, and then sometimes they do forget where they got their stuff from. That's
Hmm.
it. And so sometimes some people will just say YouTube, or they will say they won't give that person respect. I'm not saying everybody, I'm
Right.
just saying certain people. So this is a thing that's been going on for years. I feel like this, like listen, we're getting older. We're not getting younger, we're getting older. If we want this dance to really keep pushing, getting to the next level, not keeping the same faces always at winning every battle. You got to give the next generation the opportunity to take
Mm,
pass the torch.
mm,
Then that's like you're wasting the OG's dancers' time. You're wasting their time. You're not
mm.
giving them their value of
Right.
respect. If you
Mm,
want to talk about tradition, then you should mention, okay, this is from this style came from this person, or I learned this from this person. I'm
right.
gonna show you what they showed me, and I'm gonna show you how I mix it up, or
Mm,
I'm gonna give you different variations of the art form that you're learning or the movements. You
yes.
know, I've listened to me. I watch Slim Boogie and I've learned from him, and I will take something that he has taught to people and I say, listen, this is what Slim Boogie said. You gotta do this. I'm
Right.
not gonna say, here, just do this. Like, no, I'm gonna tell people, like, no, this person said this. You gotta like give that person respect because he put his time and
Right.
his craft into this art form. So you gotta like at least say, hey, this is what this person said. It's not my stuff. This is his stuff, but I'm taking it because I like it. I want to flip it, make it, try to change it up, but still give that person this respect.
Right, right. No, of
Yeah.
course, of course. I've also, I know I've heard about, when I was talking with Fish, he mentioned about how the dance is dying or how popping is dying all over the world. Do you find that it's dying over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100. Yeah, it's dying. It's dead. I mean, when I say
yeah.
dead, meaning is like the inspiration, the the leadership, the leaderness. Like the teachers are teaching. I'm sorry, they're just trying to make money. I
Mm,
mean, it's like you're trying to survive. You're making dance battles, dance showcases and stuff, but is the knowledge passing on? Are they learning? Are you giving them the forefront and
mm,
putting yourself in the back? Because remember, who you want to go? Yes, you want to go to. You're gonna learn from this famous dancer. This dancer, he's famous, but where did this dancer learn from?
right,
Sometimes you want to go to the source.
right.
You gotta check the source. Where's the source is gonna you're gonna
Yeah,
learn from the source. If he learned from A and B got famous, then who you want to go to? You want to go to A and still
right,
learn from B, but you want to
right,
hear
right,
from
of
his.
course. Yeah.
So this is something that's kind of missing in this dance. Like everybody, it's more of a sport. It's
Mm,
more of I'm dancing to win a competition, to win the rewards, the fame.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
And I feel like that's what's missing. People kept dancing, dancing to winter battles. But how long are you gonna battle? How long are
Right,
you gonna keep fighting?
right,
You only have one body. You
right,
understand? When you get
right,
older, if you don't take care of it,
right. Yeah,
so
right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know also when I shared the story of interviewing you, you said that there was some things you want to get off your chest. Are these some of the topics that you want to touch on? Because I want to hear what you wanted to share. If there was something
Well,
you wanted to
yeah, no,
share.
I'm just saying I want to share this because I've been in the hidden. Me and my brothers would call it. I'm in the void. I've been hidden in a box in the corner, and I grew up. I was in the early 2000s, and where people were hungry. People were doing their thing. People were learning. From one another, and then some people are just being forgotten, and it's just like, or some people they just like, "Shh, don't talk about that guy or that person."
Mm,
And I address it like, yeah, I train kite. People know
okay.
this. I
Right.
people some people know this, some people don't know this. He knows it. I mean, it's listen to me. It's something like if you can't admit to your where you learn from, then teach it. You know what I'm saying? He,
And so is this now where is this where you're going with the idea of people learning, but then not saying where they're getting the source from?
yeah, of course.
So Kite, okay. So Kite is the okay, got it. And I think I saw him. He was on here like a couple, like when you first popped in. But so that so
That's
the,
funny.
what's if again whatever you feel you want to share, of course. What's the where are you and Kite like relationship wise? Like
Listen, we're men. You know what I'm saying? We have lives. We have family. He's a family man now. You know what I'm saying? Um, listen, the history could get it gets deeper and deeper. Like I said, I respect. I do. I have respect for the brother. Yeah, I mean, he's doing it. You know, um, he's doing it. But there's things that's like, yo, you forgot where things came from. You know what I'm saying? You just like I'm not saying it. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. I wouldn't do that to nobody. Okay, like my thing is like if I learn something, like I've been learning in martial arts and dance for a long time. So for me is to when someone is teaching me something, is giving me something, and I'm very eager, I'm very hungry to like pass the knowledge on whoever wants to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that they're gonna do something or they want to do it just to understand it or they want to do it to take it to the next level. I have no problems with that, but learn what just be real with where you got it from. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm like, listen, fame is not everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you get famous, there's a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, it's like this is not only just my situation. This is just in general. You know, like for all of the dancers around the world, we all it's like this. People know. You know what I'm saying? And people, we all have controversy. We all have this drama that comes with the dance. But I feel like we're getting older,
Right.
and I just care about the next generation is the kids, the young adults that are really trying to learn this dance. Like,
Right.
yo, they want to know the source. Like, they want to really grow into this dance. I don't care where they take it. I just want them to grow into it so that they can, saying take take the torch and pass it on.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Wow. Yeah. No, that's wow. Yeah. That's just a very man. That's just crazy to hear again of how, because in the popping community, we would see Kite and the crazy legs that they would say that he's doing and such, and but to hear that you Ten was a teacher and was teaching him, like I would be like, wow, well, Ten should be getting the respect and the reputation for it. So
Yeah, well,
it's
sometimes when you give too much, you don't know who you're giving to, and sometimes it comes back to bite you.
right.
But it's okay. I mean, listen, like for me, it's like this. I know there's one thing I know is that what I teach to students, to people that wants to learn from me, it's the same way that Fish taught me. It's the same thing that Jazzy taught me. Same thing with Pete. Same thing that came with people that came before me. I
Mm,
teach them something that they taught me exactly, and then I give them different variations of it so they have an understanding. You
mm,
see, I know I can teach what I've taught to people. Some people can't. You
mm.
understand? You like one of my good students. His name is Frank. This is Soul Breaker. Gave him a different name, but he's he's a person that, like, for example, just like my other student, Local Lou, back in New York, they take something and they actually practice and and it's the same thing I keep telling you. You have to constantly muscle memory it and then put on any music and just get down, take your time, get down
Oh,
until you really understand, oh shit, this is it. Oh wow, I'm understanding it. You just don't take it and be like, oh okay, and then then
right,
you're like this, oh shit, I forgot, I missed something.
right, right.
So it's not complete. He's not a complete character.
Right. Wow. Where do you see yourself in the like? Are you like open for people to take classes from you? Where are you at currently and for the future when it comes to
Well,
the dancing? Where are you
I
at?
would say in dancing, I'm still training. Like for like you probably hear me say that a lot. Is because as we get older, we tend to lose certain things if we stop doing it.
Right.
So and then as we get older, age of time doesn't, not going to be easy on the bones.
Right. I'm
So,
like stretching right now.
well, I mean, like, listen, like I said before, and I say it again, training is important, and that's what I tell all my students. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of kids, so don't. Because I'm in a park with many kids, so it's just playtime for them. But what I'm trying to say is that for me, I'm still teaching, and the people that wants to learn, like yeah, you can always hit me up, or you know what I'm saying, because I'll try to go to more ciphers to get down more. This recently, I just like I said, I haven't been going into a lot of ciphers. Me and my students haven't because of, like I said, certain is like people have their own space and how they feel about
Hmm.
how they vision the dance. Like for me, I'm from New York, so sometimes if I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's off. And then,
Right? Are you saying like they don't? They like, oh, like you're not doing it right? Is that kind of the way they feel, or?
well, you know, every culture has a different way of seeing the dance. You know, they try. Okay, they're good at saying we're going to keep the tradition of the dance, right? They take that whatever that they was taught, but then when they bring it to their culture, then they switch it up a little bit and they be creative with it. But sometimes some of that creativity gets lost.
Hmm.
You know, like certain things get lost. But if we like, or if like, say, you know, fish, and you say like certain OGs, it's like, nah, that's not right. I gotta fix that. Sometimes if they feel offended, they don't want to listen to you.
Oh,
You know, so
hmm.
sometimes if like their friends are hyping them up, I'm like, nah, man, that was good. But if for a person that's like an OG that's gonna be telling you, I've been in this game for years, like, nah, you gotta work on that. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna change it, or are you gonna keep still doing the same thing?
I
That's
see.
like you go to the dojo, it's the same thing. You're gonna, if you throw a punch wrong, and the sensei says no, but you keep doing it until you break your hand,
Hmm. No, yeah, yeah, no,
you
I
know?
hear you. I hear you. Do who are
Yeah.
some of if you want to mention some of your students, who are some of them, if you want to mention?
Man, I don't have that many. I have very few students right now.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I mean, don't reasons why is because you know teaching sometimes it takes time and it takes a lot of discipline to look at what your students are doing, and you want to make sure they're like, yo, they gotta do this right. You know, get them well connected, well corrected. So I mean, like right now, I have students, but they're scattered all over the
Okay.
place. But one of my main students is I call him Soul Breaker. His name is Take. So Frank, you know, and he's a good brother. He's not only my student, he's a good brother of mine, and he's been training under me for about going on 6 years now, and
Nice.
he's been training with me during COVID actually, when the
Wow.
COVID thing, like you know, everything went crazy.
Yeah.
So we just started practicing. Like he saw me one time because we were like outside, and people were playing music and stuff, and one day because we was also in the same what is it? We was in the same group. It was called Overdue,
Hmm.
and we that's how we linked up, and you know we just stayed connected. We saw each other outside getting down, and he's like, "Yo, that's different."
Hmm.
And
Nice.
then he wanted to learn, and then the rest was history.
Wow.
Now he's just a tyrant.
Nice.
Now,
Okay.
I would say is I understand what fish with the way Fish was training me and training how the Atomic Hitters back in the day, he now I can understand why he said you guys are crazy. Yeah, now he's yeah because the things
Wow.
because he understood. You know what I'm saying? He took what I was teaching him and he doesn't dance like me. He does not like back in the day they were called cloning, like the
Right.
clones. You
Right.
know, where everyone does the same thing, clone, like they do the same movement, same everything. But when you see him dance or you see me dance, it's like we totally different.
Right. Wow.
That's being a good teacher. When you're
Nice.
like when all your students dance totally different. Only when you're unison is when you're doing a routine.
Together. Right. That's very true. Very true.
Yes,
Right.
that's what I teach. I don't teach to make you look like me. I teach you to be a better understanding of yourself, to have a better understanding of the dance. And I always like if you're my student, I always tell my students this. Your goal is to beat me. That's your goal.
Mm.
Your
Mm.
goal is to beat me. If you beat me, then that means I've taught you well. That means you can move forward, you
Yeah.
know. So that as a teacher, you got to be on your toes. because
Yes, right, right.
I've seen students, even if it's, especially I've seen students in Japan. I've seen this one, it was in Nagoya.
Mm.
This guy was very famous dancer against this unknown dancer. Like, and this dancer, the famous OG, she was just, I would say is he was being comfortable. He was being too comfortable. He didn't know what he was getting himself into. He was being comfortable, like not really taking it seriously because in his mind, oh, I won. This kid came out with guns blazing, hitting hard. I was like, oh my. Everyone was like this, oh. I was like, yo, his face, the OG's face changed. I was like this, oh, that guy, he lost. This kid won. This
Right,
kid won.
right,
Why? He came to battle.
right.
And see, the OG wasn't, he didn't see that coming.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, the OG just had a name and he won.
The
I was
OG
upset.
won.
Yes, I was
Oh,
upset. I was upset because that goes to show it's like it's not about the name. This kid, he smoked you on that first, and it was only one round. He got he got served. That kid came to, and I came up to the kid. I said, "No, you won. It was not. I have to be honest with it. You won."
wow.
But they didn't give it to the kid, and I told him, "Keep on training. You got it. You won that." And
Right.
certain people was on his side because you didn't see that coming. So yeah,
Wow. Okay.
this
Um,
happens a lot.
damn. Yeah, that's yeah. I saw OG Winston said, bro, 10, I respect your life in this dance. Keep telling it. And then Take Cage Tech, he said, Sacking for life. He taught me music 101. Can you explain a little bit about sacking? What that
Okay.
style, what is that?
Okay. Well, for what I was taught and for what I was learned about sacking, it came from Sacramento, California. I know the origins has been it's more deeper than what it is,
Hmm.
and for what I've learned, also, I mean, Rashad kind of broke down some more history about sacking. But for what I've learned, it came from Sacramento, California. Um, it's a footwork variation, but there's many different levels to it.
Okay.
Okay, what Fish taught me, he taught me his version of it, or he taught me that style of what footwork is, and I was able to just literally, I did it every day. I did it
Wow.
every day. Like I will go to a club and I would just practice and
Hmm.
practice. Just listen, whatever the DJ is playing, I'm just gonna practice with my group, with my friends and everything, just to understand it. But don't let me wrong, I was also still in the boogaloo influence, so I kind of mixed it within the two. It made it more easier to do boogaloo because it's the movement is it's easy and it's more understanding. But it's funny, a lot of people does this movement, but they don't understand that they're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this sacking is a very good footwork tool to make you move to point A to point B. It makes you learn how to turn. It makes you know how to go back, go forward. You know what I'm saying? It makes you learn how to not stay in one. Like if you feel like you're stuck, you can always go back to that beginning. And
Mm.
people won't notice it. Only you know, but other people
Interesting.
won't know. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Who, when it comes to footwork in popping, do you see anyone else that you're like, okay, like I like their footwork, and I guess that they're, because I know when I talked with Fish again, he was saying how the footwork, it's you don't really see a lot of footwork in popping.
Well,
I don't know.
because no, the creativity died.
Mm,
The I won't say it died. I just felt like a lot of people got lazy and everyone is just kind of doing the same thing.
mm,
But for what I've seen, upcoming poppers, like this one, I was in when I was in China. I was in Shanghai, and I was doing a judging. I saw this one kid called Little C.
mm.
Listen, this guy, he's yeah,
Yeah.
he has sacking influence, and
Mm.
he's taking it to just another level, you
Wow.
know. So like it's out there, but it's like if it's done right, you know what I'm saying? So he's one out of many others that like I said, like for me, that footwork is gone beyond its
Mm.
time. Like for me, when I see a lot of footwork, is also from like like I said, I think Fish was talking about when he went to Canada. He went
Yes.
to Montreal, or I still call it Montreal because that's what they used to call it, Montreal.
Nice.
And he was training out there, and like I said, there was Green Tech. Green Tech is to me, he's he owns the floor. Like he lives on the floor. This
Yes.
guy's, as you know, like he started out young around with Fish, and well, I think he trained with Venom on learning a lot of Venom because Venom is very good at footwork, and that's where I think where Green Tech got his lineage from. Like, and then after that,
Right.
when Fish came, and then you know,
Right.
that's
Right.
how we were all connected. We all learned from each other. But yeah, man, like footwork today is it's kind of like I can't say watered down, but it depends because each culture, each location is doing footwork on its own
Right.
flavor. They have their own flavor to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't, to me, when I see footwork and I see people getting down, like, oh, that's, yeah, I like that. Or, so I'm not saying that no one's doing it. I feel like everyone is doing it. It's just like some people have their own flavor to do it.
Right.
It's a little bit different. So,
Right. Okay. Got you. What's for people watching this video, and again, for anyone that has a question, feel free to ask a question. But what I want to ask is, for people watching this video and for the future, what is something you want to leave them with, or what's a message you want them to know coming from you?
well, for me, hi, Douglas.
Mm.
No, it's one of my like just like old guy. Like I train with him too. He's like
Oh,
60 something. Now we always train at the same park, so we always
nice.
give each other. Like he saw me training, I was like I showed him some stuff. This guy is here almost every day,
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
it's cool. I mean, I think for me to get my advice, or I would just say know where you come from, know where your dance come from. You
Mm.
know, we go to school to learn about history. So dance is no different. Dance have history. You know, dance is it's learn your history, know where stuff comes from, respect people that came before you, even if you don't know them, because you gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn and just love the dance. Battling is not everything.
Mm.
Battling, it's good to battle, but battle is not everything. Go
Mm.
to ciphers.
Mm.
Just, and I'm not talking about just because you always see the young ones going on. I'm talking about all the OGs. I'm talking about all the people that has the equivalent of OG name. Go out to a club, go to a venue space, go to a space, just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Just dance.
Right.
Because the more they see you, the more they're gonna like, yo, they're gonna get more interested. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the name. It's the culture. This was everything is social. You know what I'm saying? That's how we connect. Actually, dance has one voice. It's music. We
Right.
we don't we may not learn, we may not have understanding of like
Right.
actual like like voice or but
Mm.
when we communication sometimes is difficult, but when we dance, we all unison. We all the same.
Right.
We all in that same like,
Right.
oh, okay, this is the oh he's playing DJ's playing that. We're all talking the same language.
Right. Right.
So nah, that's what I feel like. Give respect, and respect is given. It's a two-way street. You
Wow.
know, I don't know what else to say. I just feel like, yeah, I think the new generation of dancers must come together with the OGs. It's up to the OGs. It's up to the people that came before. So
Right.
all the ones in the early 2000s, we gotta stop all this bullshitting. Okay?
Mm.
Nah, I feel like that's another thing. Stop all the bullshitting. You know what I'm
You saying
saying?
the OGs?
Well, because everyone has drama.
Uh,
Everyone has drama, but fuck that. We're not gonna be here forever. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna still have drama back in what 1822. I don't know. You're gonna
right.
still
Right. Right.
have,
Right. Right.
like, nah, you don't have time for that. Like, forget all that. I mean, you think about how many dancers. Let's think about it. How many dancers that are now still popping, still getting down. I'm talking about New York, Cali, all the middle of America, Europe. Japan, Korea,
Right.
Taiwan, China. Do you know that's global already? Why can't we all work together? Why can't we all get the same pie?
Mm.
Everyone should be eating. What
Right. There should
happened?
be like a union, together of everyone, all doing
Yeah, it
together.
shouldn't be just one bubble here, one bubble here, one bubble here, one bubble. No, everybody should be together. That is what they call a one global, like one, what I'm saying, dancing that's coming all together. Yes, I know they have events like Popping Forever, Pop this. I'm like, yeah, it's great. Dancing Forever, that's beautiful. But what about the rest of the dancers that everyone talks about? You hear people, yeah, you hear me, but you don't see me. Oh, whoa, let's talk, let's get this guy. Listen to me. Why don't me and Kite just like work together? I've been trying to do that, but you know what? That's his decision not to. Why? Okay. I said to him before, let's work together. I never closed the door. I never closed the door on anybody. We can all of us can work together. There's no that's honestly this is the problem with the dance communities. We all need to work together. Forget the drama. Save it for your mama. Save it for your dad. Save it for the family. You want the next generation of dancers to grow, then give respect to the OGs. Give respect to people that, even though you didn't hear about them, but you hear about them, but you didn't, but you did. You hear all. Open the door, let people come in. We can all eat. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You're
Yeah.
doing a good thing too. You're starting that. You know what I'm saying? Getting Big Mike and getting all these other like these dancers. I tell people about Big Mike. People don't understand. That man's insane.
He is.
He,
He's one of the most animated people right now.
no, no, let me tell you something. I've seen him do crazy stuff back in 2000 to now. Listen, I remember one time, even though he doesn't like battling, but I remember it was him and Ziggy. Ziggy was part of my team, but it was him and Ziggy battled between me and my student, Local Lou. It was at I forgot. It was a battle. I think it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Um, it was a very old battle, but the point is, this man is like he's dangerous, bro. Like his mind, his creativity, the way he will hit. Star Wars, okay?
Yes.
You know the Darth Vader theme. Listen to
Yes.
me. I've seen him pop the whole song. Like he will pop every wave, every little intricate. You be like this. Okay, what I have been doing for the past 5, 10 years. He takes the popping, he takes animating and popping all that to a level that you're like this. What did I do?
Yo.
Like, what was I learning?
Right. Wow. That's
He
wow.
will break. When I say he break, no, not when I say break down the music, I mean he start from the beginning where there's no. This is that he starts from there. Then when any little beat, he just goes to it, and you be like this. Oh my god, because that's called putting in work, putting in time. And there's no, to me, I understand. I respect all animators, boppers, and everything. But when you see him get down, you're like this. Okay, I'm going back in the lab. I said no.
Wow.
So I hope that he comes out to Asia. I hope that see that's what I'm saying. I hope a lot of people get to see what I saw in 2000s. I mean, bring Brian Green out more. Bring out Jazzy. Hopefully Jazzy come out more. Bring out Disco Dave more. Bring out more cast from New York more. From West Coast more. Bring just like the more you hear voices, everyone's connected, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. It's a small world.
Man. It's how do I say this? It's crazy because Red Bull, Red Bull dancers.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
big thing now. That's like the big thing for dancers, and it's cool that they bring everyone together in a competition setting. But it would be really cool for someone with that reach, with that influence, and the money, finance, to bring all the OGs and everyone that we're talking about together.
Yeah, I feel like there should be more of a social, like, community. It should be more of a social dance
Right.
rather than battling.
Conversation,
Yeah,
talking.
conversation, Q&A, have a
Yes.
whole cipher
Yes.
time, a
Yes.
whole big cipher thing
Yes.
without the word of battle. Because you want to know, and then just make it live stream, and then people
Yes.
that can't come. Q&A, people
Yes.
that can't fly, then Q&A them, do video, the same thing how you're doing,
Yes,
put them on a
exactly.
bigger screen, let them be a part of it, even if they can't be there.
Yes.
So this is where people can hear and
Yes.
get the knowledge, because knowledge is power, but at the same time, to understand this dance or understand what you're doing,
Mm.
you'll be more clear. Like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like, okay, wow. It's
Right.
even like last night. Like, I kid you not. Like last night, Disco Dave, Rashad, one of my other good brothers, Adam, like he's part of my team. Like we all getting down. There's other dancers getting down, but just the vibe,
Mm.
a social vibe. Like
Mm.
you're like, wow, everyone is getting the level. The level is just going up. Whereas I was observing the people that was watching, and the like everyone else that was watching, they were more. They stopped talking. They were more busy. Like, yo, look at how they're getting down.
Nice.
It reminds me of Union Square. Like that's how it was in Union Square. People,
Mm.
you'll be just big, huge people just dancing and flipping and all this stuff. Like that's attracts you, and it was free. It
Right.
was not a, it wasn't even about money. It was just like, yo, I'll see you next Friday. Friday, boom. Bring your batteries. Yo, get the batteries. I'll get the batteries. All right, you get the speaker. I'm gonna bring my speaker. I'm gonna bring my extra speaker. I got the bring out DJs. Yo, it was just for fun.
Right.
Now I think Red Bull, of course, they have the money for it, but they just got one side of the dance.
Right. Right.
One side of the aspect is battles. This is that's the new generation. That's good. There's nothing wrong about battling, but know your history. Where did it come from? Who, like, you gotta know, like, where's your lineage?
Right.
Where is your Who did you study under? I
Yeah.
know that people will say YouTube. I hear that all the time. Even Kite said YouTube. They asked him. I think it was documented. It's on you. He's actually he said it, and then he was interviewed in Europe, and they was like, "Hey, so who taught you?" He said, it was YouTube. I was watching YouTube, and I said, "Oh, what's that?" Boom, boom, boom. And me and my friends were looking at me like this. What the fuck? No, I mean, listen, I bullshit you not. I mean, listen, you can check it out. But this goes to show why you got to hide.
Mm.
What do you got to hide? Like, I know who taught me and where it came from, and I'll demonstrate it. And I'm like, listen, this is what he's gonna teach you. And what happens when they come back from a class? They're like this. Ted, you're right. Yo, that's the same thing that he said that you said. I'm like, go to the source. That's it, man. Go to the source.
Wow, man. Well, if there's anything else anyone wants to share, any questions anyone has, but man, Ten, I appreciate you taking time today and being real and sharing your story and I agree with bringing people together and talking about where this comes from, where people are learning from, so people can give credit give credit to those that came before them, and people know about the names that aren't being mentioned. And so I
Yes.
totally agree with all that, and
I
that's
think that,
yes.
yeah, that is so important, man. That's what's missing in this dance. Like everybody's talking about me. But what about the people that came before?
Yes.
You got all these old videotapes, these VHS tapes. You see all these old people like Popmaster Fable, all these people that has been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like Rockefeller Quick Step back in the New York, the Breakers, like all these names that people should be like, no, like hip hop is everything, it's everything, man. Like for poppers, for lockers, house dancers, whackers, everyone has history,
Right.
So we gotta give respect to where it came from always, and always keep them involved, so
Hmm.
they can be able, if they're here or if they're not,
Yeah.
and keep them moving forward. That is the beauty of thing about it.
Yes.
So their name can never be forgotten,
Right.
you know.
Oh,
So,
no, thank you, Ten, for I
all
appreciate
right.
your words
Thank
and
you, man.
and this, yeah, everyone that's listening to this as well. Like, this is really important. We really gotta remember those that came before us. Give credit. Don't be
Yeah.
selfish. Like you
Yeah.
said, we can all eat. We can all eat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing wrong about sharing. It's nothing wrong about saying, "Oh yeah, I learned from him. Oh yeah, I learned from him too."
Right,
Like, what's wrong with that? Like,
right.
I tell people all the time. Like, I be honest with them about everything. You know, even like right now, recently, I also do photography as well,
Oh,
and
nice.
so I started in 2000 as well.
Okay.
So like, the name of it is Chance Studios Photography. So you can check it out,
Okay,
or I'll
cool.
send you a
Yeah,
link.
yeah. Send me a
But
link. Yeah.
yeah, but it's the same thing. It's like when I tell people, how do you do this? How you do that? I'm just gonna tell you, do this, do that.
Right,
But then they don't. They like they think it's BS or something. Like for some reason, like you tell them, no, no, I did this. Then they're like, whatever. And then later on, they're like this. Oh wait, that's exactly what he said. I said it. I'm sitting here saying it.
right,
Do I need a billboard? Do I need like, like,
right, right, right,
come on.
right,
Like, so when people say like sacking, yeah, sack, practice it, study it, understand it. So why? Your footwork could be better. You understand how to move. If you
right,
watch how Fish gets down, he's using those elements and he's just mixing it up into his style, whatever style he wanted to become.
right.
That's it.
Wow, wow. All right. Well, on that note, then we'll probably keep it close it for there for today.
All
And
right,
again, I
man.
appreciate you, and man, I hope the rest of your day, well, your morning, hope the rest of your day goes well and it's
Thank you,
calm.
man. Thank you.
Yes,
Same.
sir.
You too, man. You too. And let's do it again sometime again, you know?
Yeah, let me know. I know I my goal with these interviews, because I've been doing this is like the 68th interview or 69th,
Mm.
but I want to really bring everyone together one day. This whole
Mm.
talk about having like a TED talk but for dance, I really
Yes.
want to make that happen. And so like I would love one day everyone that I've interviewed to bring them all together into one room. So
Mm.
that's the goal.
Yeah,
That's
man.
that's one of my goals. So
Well, do it, man. Don't worry. Just keep doing it, and eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna pave the way, man.
yeah. Well, all right,
All
Tan. It
right,
was a
man.
pleasure chatting.
Same, bro. Same, bro. We'll talk soon, bro. Talk again
Take care.
soon.
Take
All
care.
right. Peace, peace, peace.